Greetings, listeners. This is Mike from Ghastly Tales. We've just passed Burns Night in Scotland, where we honour one of our greatest poets, Robert Burns. It's common at this time of year to pour yourself a whisky with some friends and to recite a poem or two as the rain-lashed night draws in. And so for tonight, we will uphold this tradition with a poem which has horrific consequences. This is called The Last Laugh, and I wrote it especially for you. In a nearby town there lives a clown whose laughter fills the air, and in crowded places with his painted faces he shocks with skill and flair. Through a comic fall and tales grown tall, those watching delight with glee, to forget their worries of bills and monies as the clown performs for free. For 10 short days he had shared his ways from the square of that known town, and the sisters and mothers and fathers and brothers applauded each time he fell down. And as waning light gave way to night, the clown concluded his act. With a dance and a song and a story not long, it was time to fulfil their contract. For each time he sang or fell with a bang, he'd given the people such joy, and it was only right that they reward in light of his efforts which thrilled girl and boy. So the clown lay his hat near where he sat, hoping the townsfolk would show their kindness and thanks, for all foolish pranks are worth more than many can know. But as the folk passed, including the last, few pennies fell in the hat, and the clown looked on with a sad little song, knowing that that was that. The following day, so many say, was the darkest the town ever knew. For many of those who'd watched the clown's shows had vanished and left just a few. In warm bedrooms where the missing took care to sleep and dream and be still, there was found something strange, a sort of exchange for body and mind and for will. On each empty bed where once rested head, a piece of torn cloth could be seen. The colours were rich, yet raggedly stitched, and one prankster it could only have been. And while townsfolk grieve without reprieve at their loss of loved ones gone, the clown packs his things of tricks, jokes, and strings, and to your town he now moves on. And there we have it, a little poem to warm you by the fire. The truth of it I cannot tell, but what I can say is that I've crossed paths with the clown on more than one occasion, found him in a town or two, or wandering through a darkened wood to his next audience. He seems weary now, the paint flaking from his face, his grin hiding the despair of 2 sunken eyes. And, with his bag of tricks in tow, he steps forward, each footfall accompanied by the shaking bells of his hat. No, I dare not speak to him, for the world can warp the soul of even the jolliest of jokers, and that is an anguished laughter which I do not wish to hear. But if you should see that clown performing for a captive audience, show your appreciation with a coin or two, for he does not forget kindness, nor does he show mercy to the ungrateful. Until next time, my friend, unpleasant dreams, and we shall meet again for another ghastly tale.